Good morning. To serve a woman, you need to know her. To know her, you need to listen to her. To listen to her, you need to make her talk from her heart, open to you. How do you do that? By asking her questions. Yes, okay. Asking the questions general at first, and then going deeper and deeper and deeper, getting closer to the core of what interests her. Exactly. What interests her. And what do you think interests her? You don't know. You have no way of knowing. You might have an assumption. Yes, that probably does interest her. But try to feel. And many men go wrong with their questions. They ask a question, they get an answer, but the answer is not what interests them, so they finish it right there. But the woman would actually love to talk about that subject. So when I get a question about, oh, so do you play yoga? And in Thailand they say play yoga, direct translation. Okay, do you do yoga? It's like, yes, I do. And I'm waiting for more questions, like, oh, what sort of poses, or how long do you do it for, how many years have you been doing it for, who did you learn from, what do you find hard, what are some challenges, what does it give you, what sort of feeling do you get when you not do it, like for a day, do you find it a more spiritual, more physical experience, do you communicate with other people who do yoga, do you belong to any clubs, do you like to learn from different masters, do you prefer one master, do you feel that you might be even addicted to yoga because you said you can't live without it, and do you, what's your favorite pose, and what is your best, like what is your strongest, say, advantage in your body, what's the most flexible parts of your body, and where do you find it challenging to get into certain poses, where do you do your yoga, what kind of mat do you use, do you prefer to do it in the morning or in the evening, why don't you do it twice a day, like for shorter amounts of time. Okay, so why do you think people find it really hard to do yoga and stick to it for a long time, like I tried, but I couldn't accomplish more than, say, a week or two of training. And I also heard that, you know, some people take a break and it makes them more flexible, and some people drink vinegar and it makes their joints more flexible, things like that. And you got her interest. You are talking about what she wants to be talking about. You might know nothing about yoga, you just have to listen to the answers, and they're all there. You don't have to know the names of the poses. And if you ask her, well, he said, well, I saw something on the internet and she was bent all like that. Is that yoga? Is that contortionism? And how is that different? And so on. So when it naturally flows, when you feel that it's a fountain of joy coming from her heart, or say some people really are interested in food and diet, and when you ask them one question, it's like, oh, I noticed you don't, you ordered food without any dairy in it. Why don't you eat dairy? I like milk, I like yogurt. And then the person would tell them, well, I don't think it's good for you. Oh, okay. And most people would finish it right there. But to make a connection, to be interested in the other person, you have to open them up. You have to ask the questions that they like to answer. You have to ask the questions that they want to answer for you. Of course, you can ask them, well, tell me your latest sexual fantasy or your dream. And that would be interesting to you, but would any girl really love to talk about it? I doubt it. And that's the most annoying question I ever got. Multiple times, but never I really wanted to talk about it. In some cases, yes, with, say, your ex-boyfriend, when he asks you a certain question like that, you really feel obliged to tell him because he just told you his, and you're like, okay, well, this is really uncomfortable, and you feel a little bit reluctant, and it doesn't really flow, but yeah, okay, well, it's like that, I like that, and you're kind of shy about it. It is not what you want to talk about. You want to talk about yoga, you want to talk about diet. I'm not talking about myself. I don't want to talk about yoga, and I don't want to talk about diet. I want to talk about land in Samui. I want to talk about houses. I want to talk about building materials. Yay! Furniture. Excellent. And Osha's 21-day detox weight loss diet that I'm starting tomorrow. That is interesting. Now you're thinking, those subjects do not interest you at all. You want to talk about control. You want to talk about C-type, S-type dynamic. Okay. And you expect me to be interested in that conversation 24 hours a day? No, I'm not. Because land is more interesting now. Land is more interesting because that is something that excites me. More than the boots. Yay. More than anything else. More than submissive men. Hey, sue me. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But it's true. It is true. You have to live with the idea that you are not the most interesting thing in the world to your partner. And sometimes you might be, but at other times you might not be. They might be interested in their art project, in their work, in their friends, in themselves, in their own problems, in their own successes, but not in you. And you go to the second place, or the third place. When somebody is sick, they're not interested in anybody except themselves. They radiate with selfishness. Oh, this hurts, that hurts. And they love to tell you about how it hurts, and when it hurts, and what they're doing about it, or what they're not doing, and how sorry they feel for themselves, and how sorry they want you to feel for them. And they want pity and compassion and questions, endless questions about how they are. So let's not get sick. Nobody wants to talk to selfish people who are absorbed in themselves and would love to tell you all about themselves whenever you kind of ask them like, oh, so tell me about you. Boom! Like an explosion of information, long email. When you don't see, you scroll down, you think, wow, it doesn't end. Whoa, still going on. Whoa, okay. Do I have to read this? Yes, because you asked. I didn't really expect a long answer like that. All I want to know is some basic points. Why? Because I'm not there to serve you. If I was there to serve you, I want a long email that you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. It's like a loop. Yeah. Bitchy mood today. How bitchy. How bitchy. How unfair. She wants her to be interested in herself and others to be interested in her as well. And she's not really interested in us. Oh no. Oh yeah. I am interested in you. In some of you. In some of you who care, who grow, and who do something that I say, who follow me. Then I am interested in you. I'm interested not only in you, but in your family, in your wife, in your partner, in what you do at work, in how you ran your marathon yesterday. I really want to know what is going on in your life. Why? Because I see genuine interest in what I have to say, and you following my advice. Of course, you edit it to suit your situation and apply it to your life in your own way. You don't follow it blindly, but you somehow manage to get the good things of what I say. Only then my heart is open to you. Only then I want to know who you really are. I want to know you as an individual, and I want to know everything about your life, your family, and what you do. Because I have something to learn from you. I respect you and I admire you for what you are doing, for the person who you are. If you manage to learn from other people, pick out the good things and make it work for yourself, great. That's the skill I would really love to improve in myself as well. Very often we see people like, oh, I got nothing to learn from him. I'm not interested in that sort of, I'm not interested in football, and I'm not interested in whatever else it might be that he's good at. So I got nothing left from useless person, useless person, useless, useless, useless. And we are left with a bunch of friends. What I wanted to talk to you about today was not this, was your question yesterday. Where does Lena see herself in the future? And I remember a book I read when I was 15. I can't remember what it was called, but it had an exercise. Your 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year goals, the way you want to be, how you picture yourself in the future. And I was struggling with that exercise. I got out a piece of paper and pens, like, okay, 1 year, 2, and I still have that paper. Well, when I read it now, why would I want to be that? And why would I want to be this and this? And none of it came true. And when I look at that, it seems funny. Would I want to be that person now? And now is about the time. Would I want to be any of those, in any of those situations that I wrote out back then? No. Then what? How can I answer your question, where I want to be? Okay. I believe when we are born, we get our birthday present. What is our birthday present? Our birthday present is life. A certain amount of time on this planet as a human being. And our present is given to us by our mother and father and the doctor who receives the baby. Okay. And then when you think about a birthday present, do you really want to know what's in the box? Do you really want to open it before your birthday? Do you want to know what you're going to get for your birthday? No, you want a surprise. You want a surprise, whatever it might be, whatever you think is appropriate for you. You want a surprise, you want to see it. And I think the best thing about this life is that it is a surprise. Now sit back with a glass of beer, watch football and think, well, life will bring surprises. It will bring high blood pressure, sore back, and weak eyesight because of watching TV. And those are not surprises. Those are consequences of your own actions. Now, what are surprises? Surprises are opportunities. And when you live by your rules, strict rules, like not harming others, giving unconditionally when you can, and you always can. I'm not saying like sending $10. You can give to people, not necessarily money, but services, smiles, kind words, and refrain from expressing your displeasure at something that others do, to teach them a lesson, to say a thing or two, to tell them that you are right, and so on. You can refrain from that. That is also doing something for the others. If I didn't receive some of your negative emails, I think I'd be a lot bubblier and happier. But in the morning, first thing I look at the phone, okay, let's just quickly skim through the emails. Oh God, Lena, your videos are very poor quality. What a waste of time, it's too noisy. Why are you filming in some environment with the TV? Ask your husband to turn down the TV. And I think about it, okay, I was in a hotel lobby and I had like 10 free minutes to film, and it was hard enough because I was running there and there from the very morning, coming home really late, no time to film. I film in a hotel. Okay, the TV is on, I can't turn it down. If I could, I would. It's not that I can't hear it. What husband turned down the TV? Do you think it's my house with the ceilings of 4 meters? You've seen my house in the previous videos. Why is there a need to leave a nasty comment? What will that bring you? A feeling of, yes, I've said a thing or two. I told her that her videos are crap and that the sound quality is poor. And it is poor, so she should know better. She's not getting paid for it. She's not a TV producer that's making some programs or products for you. Don't make you watch the videos. I'm making this video as a as a visual diary of every day of my life. It is a process. They're not meant to be professional. Otherwise I would invest money into a camera and a producer and a cameraman and a background and charge you big money for it. And if you don't want to watch it, well, tough. But I don't ask you to watch it. You only watch it if you get something from it. If you don't get anything from it and you think it's poor quality and bad sound, go watch something else. Go watch a sitcom on TV. More bitchy mood. And if you watch a sitcom on TV, you can write to the producer that today was indeed of poor quality and the sound wasn't as good enough, and see what he replies to you, if anything. Okay, nice. Now let's get back to our nice smiley mood. Future, yes. So when we open up our present, it is a surprise. In life, when you stick to strict rules, you get a surprise here and there. You get opportunities. Smile to people, be open to people, don't judge. We are all equal, we are all one. He is your sister and she is your sister. He's your brother and she is your sister, and we are one. We are all one big family. If you treat everybody as if they are yourself and part of you, you'll notice that there are amazing results. People coming back to you with trust, kindness and love. Why? Because you don't leave negative comments on their videos, and you don't say nasty things to them because they are wrong. They haven't really read the book, so they don't really know what they're talking about. And they say that they're so smart, but they're not. So let's tell them that they're not, and they're going to love you for it, of course. Just try telling somebody that they're wrong, or arguing with them. Will they like you? No. Will they be happy? No. Will you be happy? Yes, perhaps for a minute or two, but it all comes back from the other sources. When you send something negative out, it goes around, and comes back to you. It can take a year, it can take 5 months, but it will, and you don't know the source. Remember some months ago, you did say something and you did do something nasty. So, rules of life. If you stick to the rules of life, life is going to be a nice surprise. Invest into relationships with people. Invest time into your health. Invest into learning and growing spiritually. Not sitting back and relaxing, watching something stupid on TV, because that is a waste of your time. That is not a way to relax. That is all propaganda. You can relax by doing something else, just changing your activity to something different, using different muscles, using different areas of the brain. But you can be active. Rest is not an idle sitting down with a blank. Rest is a change. But the majority don't see it like that. You need your 3 hours of TV a day of watching this show and that show and that show. What do you gain from it? Entertainment? Yes, you say, well, it helps me get rid of stress. Stress shouldn't be there in the first place. This is what you get when you get a woman to talk about what she likes to talk about. This is the only way to get to know her. From here you can draw conclusions on how you can serve her if you want to serve her. Maybe after you know her, you don't want to serve her. But it's the worst to serve somebody who you don't know and you project your own image onto them. You think that they are that person you saw in the dream last night, dressed all in black. And indeed, they love. Her favorite color must be black, because she would look so good in it. And her favorite material must be leather. And her favorite object must be... And her favorite shoes, flip-flops? No. She likes high-heel shoes, I'm sure. She's made for it. Look at her. Okay. Yeah. I love to lecture. And I can imagine what sort of resentment is going through you. things like, I don't really like this girl, and she's not really what I was looking for. She wants to be served. What is she giving back? This is what I'm giving. This is priceless. Because if you don't listen to this, you will meet a woman, or will you approach an existing woman and ask her a question or two about whatever general. How was your day? Oh yeah. Okay. Off. If you don't make her talk, if you don't make her open up, how do you know what is inside her, and how do you know what to give her and how to serve her to make her happy? And what makes you happy is serving her and seeing her happy. So we come back to the conclusion. It's a circuit. You meet her, get to know her by making her talk. You listen to her with genuine interest. I'm going in a circle, you see? You ask her questions that interest her. You get the answers. You ask more questions depending on those answers. And she talks and talks and talks for 21 minutes. And then you think, aha, she is really interested in this subject. She doesn't want to talk about the airplane crash. She doesn't want to talk about a new blouse. She doesn't want to talk about what I like. She doesn't want to talk about what TV show and who got married with whom. So I won't talk to her about this. In fact, I might ask her some questions on this subject. Now, how do we take this circuit to practical service? That is a good question. That is a very good question, and I've been thinking about it. Somebody who lives without a plan, somebody who doesn't have goals. Her goal is to live her every day to the fullest. Oh, it's such a cliche. Okay, live a day according to her own rules. If I see a human being, I smile naturally. It's a habit. The first question I ask them is what interests them. How is your son's sore throat? The house owner's son has been sick for 8 days now with some tonsillitis. I don't ask her, how's your day? I ask her, how's your son's throat? Next thing I do, I meet somebody. I ask them the question that applies to them, not hi, how are you? Because that is worth nothing. How was your day is worth nothing. You need to be particular with questions. You need to talk to people about what they're interested in. You don't wish them good luck on moving a house. I don't need luck to move a house. I need a car, and I need somebody to carry the boxes. So when I get messages saying, good luck with moving, it's like, might as well not write anything. And people do not realize, they think, I did something nice. I sent good morning in the morning, and I sent good luck when you were moving. I remembered that you were moving. Not enough. You remembered that I'm moving is the first step. But good luck with the moving is a pointless expression that doesn't add to the person and shows how you really don't care. What sports do you do? I like yoga. Great! Yoga's great. Great what? Have anything more to say? What do you really think? And your opinion doesn't always have to be fake praise and admiration. It's like, oh wow, yoga, all these tricky poses of whatever people do. I know nothing about it, but I'm trying to say something to make you feel happy. No. Well, you can say, you can be genuinely interested and genuinely 25 minutes already genuinely asking the question about yoga. Really? You do yoga? Okay. I must be honest with you, I know nothing about yoga, but so many people pay loads of money to practice it and learn it, and they say that it's a really rewarding experience, I want to know at least something about it so I have a better understanding. Maybe even try it in the future. Could you tell me what yoga is really about? Where did it all start? What are the basic poses? Is it supposed to be hard, or is it like slow and flowing? Is it for women or is it for men? All these simple questions. And the person will be so happy to share with you all that they know. All that they know. And no, they don't want you to Google yoga article and send it to them, the link. Because they already know something about the subject. They want your interest. Doesn't mean they want your knowledge or advice. They want your interest. Please don't send me any emails about yoga. This is only an example. Okay, good. This is again for you to think about and reflect. To summarize it, dog is barking. There's a little birdie on the tree, so tiny and cute, like about this size. This is the smallest bird in the world, smallest I've ever seen. Tiny little bird. Summarize it. Life is not about destination. Life is about the process. If you know what's going to happen at the end of the movie, why do you watch the movie? If I plan something for 10 years ahead, and I know this is exactly where I'm going to end up, I don't want to live, because I know what will happen. Life is a surprise. Let's make it a nice surprise by investing time into living it properly. Day by day by day by day. If you live it day by day by day by day, you already lived this mini life so many times. You're happy every day because it brings so much happiness and so many good results. But you don't really care what's at the end. Live a day to your best ability. There is no good days or bad days. Every day is a good day. You learn how to deal with people who send nasty comments. You learn how to deal with stress, with broken expectations. It's all a lesson. It's all an excellent lesson every day. Who cares about the future? If you live it properly, the future is nice, guaranteed, 100%. You get all you need. This is the longest video I've ever recorded, I think. Okay.